afraid of no ghosts.
What's going on, guys?
Hi, guys.
So we are back finally with another addition to our Ghostbusters build, our Ecto 1. And this box I am really excited to get into because I know what it is because of the size of the box. And it is the body.
Ooh.
This box is massive.
It's
and
huge.
It is heavy. So I'm only assuming it's the body. It has to be because of how large it is. But look at the size of this box. So I actually have to scoot back and show you just how big this box is.
It's bigger than my hand.
It is big. It's bigger than my hands.
Yeah.
But it is a big, big box. So I'm going to try to figure out how we're going to actually film this because we have a decent workspace here. But it's going to be a little cramped. So I'm going to try to make it to where it looks good and it's functional. So bear with us on that. But I'm excited. Let's get into this box and see just exactly what all we have. And this is going to be parts pack 67, 68, 69, and 70. I believe. Yes, that is right. I hope. But we'll see. Let's get into it right now. All right, so I have the box right here. I'm just going to pull this stuff out and kind of set it up here and show you guys. So right off the bat, we have a lot of paper and our packing sheet. There's no specials in this box.
Yeah.
No special items, so we'll set that off to the side. Our little instruction guide's a little damaged on the back. It's a little wrinkly, but all right, issue 19 right there. Issue 19. Let's get into this real quick and I'll finish unboxing in just a second. All right, so issue 19. Let's look at this and see what we have and some of the behind the scenes features. So yes, so I cannot wait to open that. I saw a glimpse of what all was in there and I'm excited. Not so much excited about that. There's a lot of wiring still that has to be done. So parts pack 67 is more wiring right there, which is fine. And then we also have 68, which looks like the front clip, which is the inner fender well and the support, stuff like that. All right, and then 69 and 70, we do have the front end of the car and the back end of the car.
So that's the body?
That is the body, yes. Well,
the frame.
It's the frame of the body. So then we do have a lot more wiring to go through. All right, let's get into the special features of this book and see what we got going on. All right, Magic Mike. Not that kind of Magic Mike. It's not the movie. This is the special effects stuff. A lot of the clay sculpting for the makeup and the masks for a lot of the creatures. Ghostbusters 2. A lot of the concept art. It's really neat. I love seeing the behind the scenes on how they made the prosthetics for the actors and how they sculpted the stuff out of clay and got the final product. Mask makers, they have a lot of talent. Because if you look at some of the big mask makers, they just do such great work on their products. And it's a lot of attention to detail that goes into it. So Spook Central, right there, which is the hotel. Or not the hotel, it's the apartment room, or the apartment complex. Which is a real building, except for the top half. They used visual effects for that. and it was just a set that was dressed up. Oh, that's cool. So this is some of the concept art, which I love concept art because, especially in horror movies and like movies like this, like look at those creatures. Look at the detail on those. Those would make some really cool tattoos in a way. Like if you look at the library ghost on how she transformed from that all the way over to that when she shaped or shape-shifted. Very cool. All right, the mink coat. Obviously the mink coat, I believe it was Ghostbusters 2. The coat actually came alive right there. You can see it coming alive. It was all puppets, obviously. And that's some of the concept stuff right there, which I think is cool, having those animals actually come alive. And that is it. All right, I'm excited. So let's get into the first parts pack, and that is going to be stage 67, and it looks like it's going to be roof light LEDs right there. And let's get the parts packs out and kind of show you. We'll kind of show you as we go along, because I don't want to bring all these out and it's going to just be up here.
Yeah.
So we have parts pack 67 right there. Lots of wiring, and we'll do this one for now. All right, guys, we'll get into this and show you what we got going. All right, guys, so I rearranged the camera, trying to get this whole thing into view. If you remember our last video, we did have some issues that thankfully I was able to resolve, but now we can continue on with the wiring, which is everybody's nemesis, it seems like. So here we go. Parts pack 67, roof light LEDs. Lots and lots of wires. And here we go. First off, we are going to be fitting the propeller ray wires. All right. And just like we did with the other stuff with the dash, make sure you're following the diagram and the wiring letters, matching them up, and then ensuring that everything is working properly. And then you're going to be fitting the strobe light wires. Lots of wires in this issue. And then in the back, let's see here, more wires, lots more wires. Installing the deck lights right there. It's just a matter of matching up everything, and then you should be able to test it and ensure that everything is working properly. Hopefully it will. Hopefully we have no issues. And a lot more wires. So fitting the Code 3 Force 4 XL wires right here in the back. I know it's a lot. It may seem like a lot. It's just a matter of matching up everything. Again, I'm not going to go into detail on every step. There is other videos out there that kind of go more into detail. If you guys want to check out The World of Wayne, his YouTube channel, he kind of goes into detail on all of the step-by-step instructions. For us, we kind of want to just show you what we're going to do it, and then show you the end result. That way, it's not that long of a video. So we're going to get all of these wires connected and show you the end result. Again, we are working with a lot of wires from this edition, as well as the wires from the last couple editions. Lots of wires, as you can see. Lots of wires, lots of ensuring that stuff is connected properly. Just take your time, follow the instructions, and you should have no problem. But for now, we're going to get everything on and show you what happens afterwards. All right, guys, there we go. We have a lot of wires attached to the car, well, at least hooked up.
Yeah.
There's a lot here. It looks like a big rat's nest right now, but obviously they will eventually go somewhere where they're supposed to go. So now we can do a function test. Let me kind of zoom out a little bit. Turn this on. And as you can see, we do have blue LEDs up here. And if I hit the light button inside here, if I hit the right button, there we go. We have more lights that kind of flash, as well as lights right here that will flash as well. So that's awesome. That is all done. And I believe, for the most part, that is it for the wiring. And we can now get into stage 68. All right, here we go. Stage 68. We are finally getting into the body. And this is going to be body front frame right here. And as you can see, this is the inside of the engine area that'll hold the fenders on, as well as supporting the hood. So right off the bat, we're going to have 2 BM screws holding down this little plate on both sides. So a total of 4 BM screws. And then it looks like we are installing the hood lock pin, which is right up here in the front. And it's 1 BM screw, or BP screw, sorry. And then fitting the engine information plate. Obviously, it's going to say that it's I believe it's an ambulance. In real life, it was a Cadillac ambulance. So we will have that installed on the inside of the engine where it's supposed to be, or the engine frame. And that is going to be it. So we'll get all this done, show you the end results, and show you how large this pack actually is. All right, guys, there is our parts pack, and that is actually metal. I was not expecting that to be metal. I was actually expecting it to be plastic, but yeah, that is real metal. And this is going to be what holds on the fenders right here and the hood. So that's so cool. So we'll set this down right here. You no longer need your actual car for now, so we set it off to the side. And then we do have screws, and then our 2 small pieces that we're going to be mounting right there. And then we also have in that little baggie is the information sheet. So that is done. We'll yeet that out of the way. We have this. This is so cool. So we will get those 2 pieces mounted right here and show you what it looks like. All right, guys, just like that. Simple as that. 2 screws on each side holding down these little brackets, as well as the hood latch right underneath. And then the hardest part of all is this little plate right here, and you can't really see what's on it. I'm assuming they do have information on the car. I really don't like the sticky that they used for this, so I might take that off and put down new sticky tape just to hold it a little bit better. That was a pain to put on there, just because they only give you a little bitty square. Literally, this right here was the square of sticky that they gave you, and it was much smaller than the actual piece. So that is done, and that is it with Parts Pack 68. So now we can move on to more wiring, headlight, LEDs, and body frame parts. Finally. So here we go. We are going to be getting into
That's cool.
attaching the frames together. So this front piece, as well as this middle section right here. And what this says to do is actually remove these 2 braces in the middle. I'm assuming they put those there so the frame doesn't get bent. So there's 2 frames there. And then there is going to be a total of 3 LM screws underneath. And right on the side, there's going to be another 1 on each side LM screws. So a lot of LM screws holding this thing down, 5 total, and that should go nowhere. This is going to be so cool. I cannot wait to get all this together. So we'll show you what it's going to look like and what this part looks like and how big it's actually going to be. All right, guys, there we go. We have the first section to the body frame. A lot. And this thing is heavy. So this is going to be parts pack 69. And it's the front half of the body. Well, like the area where we sit. Then we'll attach that part over here. So let's get this thing out of the box and just see how big this thing is. I also put down a towel because I don't want the paint getting scratched at all. So we're going to get this out of the box and show you just how big this thing really is. Holy crap. This thing is big. It's heavy too. I can't wait to see this thing all put together with all of the pieces. And it's just, the camera does no justice to really how big this thing really is. I mean, his hand, my hand, it's just, oh, it's so great. All right, so let's get into this thing. I believe we are going to be flipping it over right here. And we are going to be removing this bracket and this bracket. And again, they put those in there so this thing doesn't really flex during shipping. And then we'll be attaching this to the front. So let's get these off and go step by step and then attach the front clip. Get that knocked out right now. All right, guys, just like that, we have the front clip attached to the body itself. 1 screw on each side, and then underneath there is a total of 3 screws. And now we can move on to the next part, and it's not going to do anything with this. We are actually going to be getting back into a little bit of wiring because we are fitting the right headlight and the left headlight. So right here, our very first build, we put together the front grille. Now we're going to be bringing it out of storage, so to speak, pulling off this bracket right here, and then attaching the headlights through there. Make sure you're following the instructions properly. Then what's going to happen is there is little brackets that are going to be screwed on here, and you are going to be replacing the screws that you pulled out with a longer screw, and that's going to hold all the wires nice and neat right behind the grill, so it looks good. You won't be able to see the wires through the grill. It's going to be a total of 3 of those clips, and then it'll hold the front part that you took off, which I believe is the strobe section. So we'll get these lights put in on both sides, actually on one side, and then same thing on the other side, except that one does not have to get routed through the grill. And you are done, and that'll be it. So we'll knock this out real quick. Should be simple, and I'll show you guys if we have any issues on what we need to do. All right, so we have the headlights in, and all you do is you push those through, and then you put on your little clips, which holds the wires. Now again, be careful because this is plastic. You do not want to strip out your plastic or anything like that. That would be very, very bad. So your wires are nice and neat going across the grill, and I plugged everything back in to do a function test, and this is how it looks with the lights on inside the lights, or the light housing. So this is how it looks with the lights on inside the light housing. All right, there we go. That looks so cool. And with the lights off, it looks even cooler. Look at that. Gosh, I cannot wait to see this thing fully lit up. All right, so let's get on to the next parts, and that is actually going to be it for parts pack 70. That is actually going to be it for parts pack 69. So now we'll get into 70. Parts pack 70. This is going to be like the rear half of the car, and like that's where the deck lid's going to go, the trunk. Yeah, I can't, this thing altogether it's going to be heavy, I can tell you right now, because that is all metal. There's no plastic on this body whatsoever. So let's get this out of the box and show you just how big this last half is actually going to be. All right, parts pack 70. Kick frame, door catch, and rear frame. And just like the front body part, we had to take off the support rail right here. So that'll come off, which it's easy. It's right up here in the front. It's actually already kind of loose. And then we are going to be fitting the kick frame, which is going to go right here on the back end. So right back here. And then there is also a door catch, which is this little plastic piece right here. And then there's another piece. So that is actually held on by 3 QP screws, and then a door catch itself is 1 BM screw. Simple as that. And then we can finally marry the frames together. So combining the frames, we have 2 HM screws on both sides, and that is going to be it. I cannot wait to see this thing completed. We're going to knock this out, show you exactly how it looks and how big this thing is just by itself. And just like that, we have a complete body frame. This thing is massive. And we are now done with issue 19. Issue 19, parts pack 67, 68, 69, and 70. Holy crap. Not too bad, but I cannot wait to get the remainder of the parts to throw this thing together and get this body on the frame itself. Look at that. That is awesome. And the weight of this thing right now has to be at least, I would say, 7 pounds. Awesome. All right, so. All right, we are done with issue 19, parts pack 67, 68, 69, and 70. As you can see, we have the body frame done, as well as all the wiring, I believe, is all done, plugged in where it's supposed to be, and the headlights are in where they're supposed to be. Now it's just a matter of continuing on the build. And I think at this point, it's all downhill. I know there is going to be some more challenges coming up that I've seen with other builders with this, but I think it's going to be really, really cool. And I am just blown away by how heavy and how cool this thing is looking. What do you think of the build so far?
I'm impressed how well we did.
We did a good job. You did a good job. Honestly, you make this process a lot better and a lot easier because you're helping me with small screws, or you're giving me parts, or I'm giving you parts, and you're screwing stuff in, and you know, we're a good team, and that's one thing that makes us a lot of fun. We're building this together, and you're learning about the cars. I'm learning about it as well. We're learning about the movie franchise. You know, all of this combined, it's just a good time, and I cannot wait to continue this. Now, obviously, we've talked about it before with the delays in shipping because of the chaos in the world right now. We're hoping to get back on it because right now we have no more past issues that we need to get to. Now we're at the mercy of Eagle Moss and when they actually ship them out. Hopefully we get another box here soon because I cannot wait to keep adding to this thing. I possibly will be doing it to where I order 4 boxes at a time. That way we can kind of knock this thing out a lot quicker and get content out. But I hope you guys liked this video. Please comment down below. Let us know what you guys think so far, how we're doing, what's your guys' favorite part of this build so far, and how you guys like it. Let us know. We like hearing that stuff. We like hearing feedback. If you guys want to see or hear anything from us, let us know. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye.